Hey. So, you know, you may look at the title of this one and think, oh boy, here we go. But this isn't just self-deprecation. I know where I sit. I'm dry and a bit of a downer, and these things lack... Let me check my notes here on what it is you goofy bastards are yelling at each other these days. I lack any kind of, all caps, I'm not going to shout this, fucking energy. It's true. I will not be obtaining that bread. I don't have a friendly or inviting face. I haven't spent the last 4 years taking video editing courses and telling you that I just started this as a hobby and then including a tee-hee and a winking emoji. We're unfucking this enterprise as we go. These are... pardon the mute there. Still swallowing mucus. Anyway, these are the first wobbly steps. This also isn't going to be a rumination as to whether or not there's a place for me here, as, you know, it would be easy to segue into. I didn't ask permission, and I won't. I decided to start poking and prodding the things I enjoy and sharing that process, experiential and verbal, all on my own. I've decided to keep doing so. I'll decide when it's time to stop. That's not today. It may not be ever. What I lack in the previous 3 essentials, I more than make up for in volume of stupid shit I think and want to show you. I have so many more dreams to be just awful, too. And still more that I hold in genuine regard that I will undoubtedly do a less than adequate job of framing. Some of those are going to get re-recorded in the future. Some of you are going to hold these things that I get my teeth on very, very dear, lost things. I hope you'll find something of value in pulling them apart. If I haven't been clear, this has always been an open invitation to gnaw on the bones of your sacred cows with me. There's plenty to go around. Speaking of gnawing on bones, we should probably get back to that, shouldn't we? We're going to need all kinds of bones and viscera. The things that wander around here have huge guts, so we should rip and tear them. I got Doom on my brain. We're checking content. I can now see chat. Isn't that fun? Let's see here. ASMR mucus stream. Yeah, I mean, if every now and again, me muting and then, like, gargling up the remains of what it is I've just coughed up, that gives you the fucking tingles, don't let me stop you. I mean, it's weird. Sort of a strange one. But, there's stranger things.
Let's head out to the Hoarfrost Reach and try to pick up those Legiana's trail.
We got thumbs up from the witch. We got all kinds of stuff. Thanks. Alright, and off they go. Her and the bird. He's demanding a shower. I've been drowning in mucus too with the humidity. Yeah. It just reaches up and grabs you sometimes. It ain't pleasant. Okay, so... let me check something here, because we have the Teostra still hanging out there, and we can probably do something about that relatively quickly. Water and ice. We got something for him. That's the one. How's our fire resistance looking? And this is with all 3 gems. 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay. So we will also hop over here and see what it is that we can slap together in order to up that. We need another 3 points, at least. That ain't gonna get it. Well, that's 1. That ain't gonna do it either. Possible. We'll see. Oh shit. We do have to go and get this, don't we? Well, that'll have to happen in just a little bit. Ugh, terrible to look at. We need one more Dodogama thick hide. We were going to go after that anyway. So, let's do that. And, what's his fucking deal? Hey, big chin boy. What's your deal? Thunder. Alright. Well, then back to what we were doing. We'll do that first. We'll get those boots out of the way, and that'll pretty much solve our problem. You know what? We'll keep this. It's got a 2-star in ice. Give me a second to warm up with this, because the Teostra, even with the proper stuff, is not really to be taken super lightly. Alright, fucking relax, goddamn. God. Every time with her. Alright. Buy target, please. I must have missed it. There it is. We can do a capture. Look at all them goddamn rewards. That's a bit much. I think we're only gonna need that. Okay. Alright. Crafting list. Let's start here. Restock ourselves with that. That's fine. That's whatever. We have plenty to craft there. And plenty to craft here. We'll stick with about that much for right now. We don't need a catalyst. We need to go over here. For these, I have to cultivate more spider webs. Okay. And we got 42 of those. Good deal. Let's drop some shit off. Yeah, don't need that, don't need that. Will needs that. Not this. Not that. Is there anything else that I can afford to leave behind? We probably won't be needing this backup. Worst comes to worst, we can just grab it. Same here. Not going to be necessary. Now let's restock what we do have. Then I need those. And I need this. And as previously, we are going to refuse to be caught with our pants down. At least not all the way down. You gotta leave something to the imagination. Can't give it all away. Fuck else was I doing? Oh, right. The botanical research.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Allow me to interrupt probably the god bugs. I need a fuckload of spider webs. We're good for 6 more quests, so that's alright. There we go. More money. We'll head to Grandma's kitchen. And then we will rope the dope in question. We did it. Huge fans of it. It worked out great. Okay. Info gathering. Well, we already know about that. They're telling me to speak with a whole bunch of other people. I don't really need to do that. It's not essential for my job. Thanks, though. Oh. Let's grab our freebies, too. Almost ran off without him. The past few things that we've done that have been, like, of any kind of consequence have been, expeditions, right? So, yeah, I suppose that explains it. Yeah, hey, how y'all doing? No, he typically hangs out down, yeah. I don't know why it's thrown me this way. Some bad borrow stuff. Yeah, that fool is almost always down here. More points. Great. I believe we found him. Give me that. It's him, the guy. Look at that, it worked right off the bat. I didn't have to do nothing weird. Oh, come on, dude. Thank you. Hey. Meh. Oh boy, you can put up one of those now, huh? Neat. Glad for that. Like, what is it supposed to do? Fucker. Oh, that's what it does. Well, that answers my question. It knocked the scary mask off it. I'm glad that you took the time to draw a face under the mask. You're right, it would have been inconsistent without that. It's what marks you as a professional. You care about your craft. Alrighty. Yeah, back around. We've fixed the movement spot, and I've been juked. Where are we at? That's where we're at. Cool beans. Now we're about to hit another level of Dodo Gamma research. I mean, honestly, we're about to bring back a live one, so this should really fast track any kind of Dodo Gamma studies that they've been wanting to do. Two, three. All right. we go. Again. Could you get out of the landscape there? Thank you. Appreciate it. It's easier when we all work on these things together. That's gonna be a mess for him, yeah. You clocked him pretty good. He's bigger than you. You shouldn't start these fights. I appreciate your gusto. It's just, it's a bad idea. I don't appreciate me clipping through you all the time. You're either solid or you're not, man. You know, you gotta pick one. Not gonna have any of this selective phasing crap. Okay. Well, it looks like the big boy's just gonna be mad up there for a little bit. I gotta drink a fucking high C over here. Here we go. I should have used that opportunity to make a jab at, like, you know, products being identity, but I didn't think to. Fucking Ecto Cooler or something. Whatever. Fill in your own joke. I gotta catch this idiot, and you know he's not gonna make it easy. There we are, recharged. I'll take a partial fill, it's fine. Could you hold still, please? And stop fucking wiggling all over the place. That'd make my job easier. Alright. Fuck you, dude. It's kind of my own fault for hanging out in the lava. I still feel like that tracked a little bit too well during the dodge. For fuck's sake, Nintendo changed their shipping from $5 to $7, and the internet pants shitters are whining about it. Yeah, $7 for international shipping is still real good. They should try shipping something on their own. Those rates go fucking sky high. And, like, you know, whatever. It's shipping costs. It's not entirely dictated by the company themselves. You gotta get contractors for that and work out other deals and all that shit. I'm not entirely sure why it is people get invested in wagging their fingers at specific companies. Provided that they don't have a track record of doing something fucking terrible. Like, it's easy to say, hey, probably don't buy a Blizzard game. Nothing by Activision. Don't buy a Ubisoft game. But, like, you're gonna piss and moan over Nintendo upping shipping $2? That's what gets you in a tizzy? Could you adjust your priorities, please? And I'm kind of springboarding off of this because there's a very specific sort of person that is like weirdly anti-Nintendo, as if they're some fucking holdout true believer from the days of Sega does what Nintendo don't. And I can't imagine a sentence that would be quite as sad in the same way as that. I suppose it also does tie into the products as identity joke that I didn't make because I just didn't. where in this case the identifying factor is that I don't like that stupid kids toy company who keeps creating award-winning things, and like their CEO takes a pay cut in order to keep people employed. The bastards. Well, we cracked each other's noggins. Alright. Yeah, see, like this one we're just kind of moving at the slow sprint of using an item, and we didn't get tagged. I don't know. I feel like there's things that happen a little bit more often and a little bit more accurately when you are low on health. And don't include those as modifiers. That's not... that ain't cool. I could also be completely wrong. This could just be a mistaken perception. He's spending a lot of time running the clock, man. A lot of time running the clock. There we go. Okay, which way you going? Yeah, thank you. Oh, I've got to drink another cold drink. And also, yeah, come here. Fucking bugs. Fuck off, man. Cool, good talk. Didn't even see that one when I was near me. I was focused on that one there. He found one too. Good for him. That's one charge. That's two. How did you change directions on that? Come on, do the thing. I'm asking you to do it. There we are. Thank you. Stop clipping into the fucking platforms, please. Okay, you know what? Come here. Come over here. Uh-huh. All the way over. Let's go. Getting real sick of your shit, man. Yeah, like that shit right there. What was that exactly? And how did it happen? That looks like that's the timing on the roll. Good to know. many more parts can you have to break? What did I snap? Oh, we'll snag that comment in just a moment here. I'm watching. I'm doing a better job of it. Yeah. I gotta cling to this idiot's head real quick. You know how it is. There we go. Is this just missing the tail, or what the fuck is the deal there? Kinda seems like it is. Sure, fine. Let me come on over here so I don't get headbutted. Oh, and he left bits. Yeah, pardon me. I want those, okay. You may resume being hairy in an underground hot environment. That doesn't really make sense, but whatever. No locals still. Okay, the crux of their stupid opinion is that Nintendo isn't a small indie company, because I guess companies should try to cover costs and instead run a charity for sad weebs that make a habit of shitting on their company. You know, so I feel like that would be easier to understand if they were just way into the hipster hole. That would be something. I could wrap my head around that. But I don't think that they are. I think that a lot of it is tied to identity. I just don't think that's the identity. I think it runs a smattering of things. Right down to preconceived notions of greed, lack of depth, all sorts of accusations of secret company missteps that we simply don't hear anything about. Or, like you said, they're not running a charity for sad weebs. A lot of the times those sad weebs will have particular attachments to something that is absolute trash. And they don't love it for being trash. They have instead assigned assumptions of depth and value where there are none. And Nintendo isn't offering them that. It's kind of the thing that happens when someone says, oh, well, this is really popular, and without taking a look at it, someone else will go, of course it is. It's just mindless, brainless trash. And, well, like, yeah, sometimes it is. A lot of the times it is. But not always, and you have to look at it first before you can make that kind of assumption. Yes, we are. The witch has guessed what it is that we're talking about, and yeah, she's also in the dark on that. But yeah, you know, it's a similar kind of thought process to dismissing all pop music as being without value. A lot of the times, yeah, you might be right, but try it first, and be prepared to tell me why it's no good. For example, there is a franchise, I don't know if you heard of it, it's just this little, you know, like underground thing called Resident Evil, made by the same people that made this. Resident Evil is fucking schlock garbage. We're talking less than one-dimensional characters, plots that make, you know, the very concept of sense laughable. Bizarre action direction, but it's, for a lot of people, it's some sort of holy grail. Not for me. Shame that I can't stop that animation. Okay. So our boy should be attempting to run somewhere else soon? I see the skulls, but... Here. Right... No? Okay, good. Oh no, never mind. He stepped in it anyway. Well, fun times, my man. Here you go. And there you... Fucker. God damn it. I hate you.
Don't give up. Try to capture it again.
Yeah, I gotta fucking make another trap. We'll get to it. Crafting list, please. Thank you. Just the worst. Just terrible, hateful little bastards. Anyway. Instead of engaging with the Resident Evil franchise on its own terms, that being that it is absolute fucking trash masquerading as horror and drama, they will choose to imagine another game where everything is very deep and full of nuance, and these characters are lovable and interesting and multi-dimensional, rather than them being meme machines resultant from poor translation and extraordinarily cheap voice acting. I've said several times on this stream, and I'll say it more as we continue to do things. Shinji Mikami doesn't know what science is, and he's too afraid to find out. That's just the way it's always been. They tried to fucking sabotage me again. That bomb just knocked me clear of this. Anyway, he's caught. You're in trouble. There. Anyway, so the way that this ties in is that they'll latch onto these things, assume that because they like them, they are the greatest thing to have ever happened, and because Nintendo does not bend over backwards to court them, or might even have decided that they really don't need that franchise, then Nintendo is the devil, and they're afraid of depth and real art, and...
Try to pick up those Legiana's trail.
Yeah, I'll do that. And that they make games for kids, and remember, they're a toy company. As if the thing that they've been playing with, intestines and rotting flesh included, isn't a toy. But I mean, you get them, you get the sorts that are just clinging to the it's for kids, and they only play real manly man games like PUBG and Call of Whatevers. As if, again, those aren't also juvenile fantasies, just from a different lens. I have this one, don't I? Yeah, let's submit this observation. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm at a loss for words.
We did it. We're a fledgling observer. It's the first one that I've managed to actually do.
Oh.
Okay. We got a deluxe first Wyverian print. Thanks. I was listening to a podcast today. The guest said he had beat Resident Evil 8 6 times already. Reflexively said in a loud southern accent. And let me dig up what's left of my accent that I acquired in North Carolina. Aw, honey, that's sad. And, no, that's correct. That's fucking sad. Do something else. Anything the fuck else. Like, I love this game right here that we're looking at, that I'm staring at. I adore it. it will be another year and change before I pick it up again. Like, just broaden your goddamn horizons. Use your fucking brain. Ugh. You're suffocating in that rabbit hole you've crawled into. Get out. I mean, that also kind of loops back into what it is that we were talking about with people dismissing things before they try them. Like, try it, and then go try something else. You have to keep doing it. I haven't played Resident Evil 8 yet. I will at some point. But Ethan Winters is the most boring human being on the fucking planet, and I don't have a need to like get in there, you know? It's not appealing to me. I don't care about his kidnapped baby, or his wife. We'll do 7 and 8 though, because there's a whole lot of horror videos where people are like, oh fuck, oh he's gonna get me, but that ain't the experience that I offer. Take a look at how I did Dead Space if you like. You can look forward to that, where I seem mildly annoyed by the mold monsters and the old farmer who has all the strength of an old farmer. And then eventually into a really fucking dumb village. With even dumber villains that are like, this baby is the best baby to ever baby across babydom. And now I have divided it up and put it in jars. Cool. Why did you do that? We do want that. We were using it to warm up. We got new shoes, and I'm feeling special. I could probably put things in them, right? I don't think I had anything in the old shoes. We gotta replace this. Oh, we might be able to do that right now.
Oi, oi!
Pie's had a shower. It's time for a nap. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So that's worse in basically all ways, but we kind of expected that. Is there anything else that I could put there? That's worse in more ways than the other one is worse, so we're not going to do that one. Also, not for nothing, it's really easy to try to do sexy and scary. Yeah, and they failed at both with their vampires. I don't even... So, like... Yeah, they did. They also don't play any of it for discomfort. You're just supposed to be like, she's got big titties, and furiously start masturbating, but, you know, fucking spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, or Resident Evil 4 yet. The tall person they hyped up as being a big part of the game isn't. They are, in fact, the first boss. And I called this when we were starting our marketing push, that they were gonna get real Torres Mendez about it. And lo and behold. No, I find the whole fucking their sexy and scary angle to be so ridiculously pathetic that it's uncomfortable to watch people fawn over this, because there's nothing going on there. It's quite literally just a tall lady in a dress that you would find in like the 20s, who has large breasts, and you know, she looks like she's been dead for a while. That's about it. Long enough, at least, for an embalmer to do their thing and kind of drain the corpse of its fluids and preserve it. It's really easy to try to do. Yeah, well, no, you got that across. So it's really easy to mess up doing it, yeah. I mean, if you're not going to play it for uncomfortability, then you're fucking up in general. It's... The whole psychosexual angle on horror is supposed to be to repulse you with things that you would usually find titillating. You look at Silent Hill 2 as a firm example. You know, the nurses have these exposed breasts, they're heavy cut in the cleavage, and these fetishized, like, spirit Halloween-ass costumes. And that's on purpose. And then you look at the way that they move and the fact that their faces are a mass of just nothing. And that they are, in fact, trying to murder you. And it's taken something that is typically framed as inviting and made it into something terrible. And it's done for narrative purposes. Think of that. You know? It tells us something about what's going on and who it's going on with. Imagine giving a shit. And that's not something that I feel confident in saying that anyone who worked on Village, particularly the narrative team, did. They were professionals, they turned up to work, they turned in a professional job. That was the start and finish of it, though. I don't get a sense that this was anyone's baby, so to speak. We guard relatively frequently. We'll throw that up there. We'll do that too. Knockbacks, no, probably not. I do want to start poking at this wind resistance shit. And footing. That's making a kind of sense to me. Anyway, so further bullshit on all of that. Yeah. Fire and ice, baby, fire and ice. Okay. So when I see the Dimitrescu or Dimitrescu, I'm not sure how it is you pronounce it. My instinct is Dimitrescu, but I've heard it pronounced other ways. When we get there, I just go, you didn't, though. This is just some white chicks with makeup. Like, I don't care. I'm also, when they were doing their marketing push and they were showing all three of them assembling. We have a whole bunch of things that we can do here, huh? Excellent. That's gonna be good. When they showed them all assembling in their big gaudy fucking entranceway, the only thing that was going through my head was that I wanted a kind of like acknowledgement from the game that I got in like the Stanley Parable, where when I started doing things, one of the things the narrator can point out is, oh, you're not Stanley. And I want my terrible, violent rampage through House Dimitrescu to be capped off with, you're not Ethan Winters at all, are you? 'Cause no, I'm not. And I'm not worried about the appearance of these three assholes. I'm not tempted by the tall lady's tits. I'm not distracted by her daughters saying that they want to eat me and then winking. None of this means anything to me. They're an obstacle to be overcome. Start the fucking Doom music, you know? The witches said butt boobs. I don't care. I already picked out my favorite set. Yeah. I'm doing finger guns in her direction. Yeah, she's playing, Legend of Mana. Which is a better call. than thinking about this for any length of time. I'm here for the fucking... Yeah, that guy. Lowest common denominator broth, no nutritional content. Yeah. Yeah. Like, from what it is that I've seen from 7 and 8 in that franchise, they're perfectly capable games. The first half of 7 looks like an excellent horror setup. It's not something that's going to frighten me, but it will have my attention. Which is about what it is that I want out of horror at this point. I'm not a person that gets rattled by those games or a whole lot of circumstances that one might encounter in their lives, and then that's, you know, a whole other fucking thing. But at the very least, the atmosphere that they have put together with this ruined fucking plantation home, and the residents being recognizable as human, but there is something very, very, very wrong there. That's all good shit. And then it gets real Resident Evil with itself. And you get your eyeball monsters and your meat parades, and then in the fucking DLC you get an underground lab, and it's a secret, shh, and it belongs to some sort of fucking wacky-ass corporation that was making bioweapons out of fucking mold that they scraped out of some fucking hoarder's bathroom. It devolves so fast that you would think that the series itself has some sort of degenerative brain virus. And it's a fucking tragedy. Similarly with 8, like, the village itself wasn't compelling at all, but that was a kick-ass little fucking short animation that they opened it with. That was good stuff. I want to play that game, the game about the fairy tale village. That looked great. So, I mean, like, let's just abandon all of this stuff, where at the end, I've watched Let's Plays of it, because, hey, you pass the time and you get curious and you go, I probably won't buy this, but let's see what you have to say about it, internet personality that I like. Oh. You got Jagger stuff, huh? A-lister. Okay. I don't know that I've met you before. Let's see what you got, kid. Like, I've seen the game start to finish, and God, what a wet fart. It's like a fucking rejected Dark Souls boss at the end, and I'm supposed to be thrilled with this or feel invested in some way. Also, hey, fucking pro tip, story writers for games. I don't have a child, and that's on purpose. Anytime you tell me you have to save your daughter or son or whatever, I immediately assume the same stance that every brown man has on Maury for decades. I tap deep into my heritage, my lineage, and I say, that ain't my damn baby, and I attempt to leave. So, if that's not the desired outcome, maybe you need to find a way to get me to care about this infant. I will say, in contrast to that, I was attached to... I won't spoil their name if you haven't played it, because please do go play Death Stranding, but to BB. And it wasn't immediate, it was slow. You had to have me spend time with the kid, and to have them do stuff, and reveal bits and pieces of their personality, and treat them as if they were a character in a narrative. Then I am attached. You can't just tell me, this is your child, because I will say, no. No, it ain't. It didn't work in fucking Fallout, and, like... it didn't work in Resident Evil either. Last RE I completed was 4, plan to keep it that way. I finished 5. As a seated and vested member of the Brown Council, I know how it looks as far as 5 is concerned. I understand. But, to its credit, it is just set in Africa. That's it. That's why you're seeing a whole bunch of black people. It's just because we are in Africa, and Would it have killed them to vary up the palette a little bit? No. No, not at all. Because there's white folks that live in Africa too. That being said, it was also a goofy, stupid experience that did not have much narrative importance. I watched Chris Redfield punch a boulder into lava. Resident Evil. Aside from that, I've heard like decent things about Revelations, but I also don't give a shit. Again, the characters have to be compelling in some way, shape, or form, and they're just not for me. I like them well enough. It was nice to see Barry again for Resident Evil Revelations 2, I think. Unless there's another one in there and I'm forgetting about it. It was kind of neat to be like, oh yeah, I remember the chill sandwich guy. Sick nasty. And this time he's not in the Game Boy Advance offshoot, which... was it Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color? Or was it both? I don't remember. Because nobody should play either of those. But in any case, he's in like a serious one, like a real one this time. So that's cool. I never played 5 simply because I didn't have a console that could play it at the time. Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to 4 in the way that it plays, and in the way that the enemies behave, and in basically all ways, except for Chris Redfield's fucking just kicking rad biceps. That's the primary difference. He is 80s action hero steroided up. I wish I could say that Sheva is a welcome addition, but she's flavorless. Likely due to fears over what the game looked like. Which, again, is fine. I would rather she be flavorless than offensive, absolutely. But it is unfortunate that we didn't do anything interesting with her character other than have her go, I'm a little bit jealous of the relationship you and Jill shared. It's like, is that it? Is that it, huh? You could do better. And I would like you to do better. They didn't. And I don't think they ever will, to be quite honest. It's Capcom. They don't necessarily have to. They can kind of coast on brand recognition into perpetuity, and these assholes will buy it. You know, somehow they're, I heard 6 is basically a Michael Bay movie. I skipped 6. I played it very briefly in just couch co-op with my brother. I think that one had couch co-op? I'm not sure. In any case, we may have been on different machines and I just fucking didn't bother to pack my copy. But played it very, very, very briefly, and I found out that you could complete levels by butt scooting. And so that's all I was interested in doing. You can flop backwards and still fire your gun and scoot forward a little bit. And so I was determined to continue to do things that way, and then he didn't want to play that game with me anymore. And that's my story of Resident Evil 6. We played Operation Raccoon City with a mutual friend of ours. And he was very disappointed in how little his horror game repertoire knifery mattered. Because I would breeze into the room, not even track what was going on, and just fire on anything that moved, and clear encounter after encounter and rack up the highest score possible on the fucking team. There's a character that you can select in that game that has access to infinite explosives, and why the fuck would you pick anything else? Eh. Anyway, what I've seen of 6 would suggest that that a Michael Bay movie has a more coherent plot, which is, if you're paying attention, a real fucking low blow, but it's the truth. I've watched a couple of playthroughs of 6, and I think I've watched like 2 out of the 3 of the storylines that are present, and I haven't finished the 3rd one with Wesker's son and Sherry Birkin, because that's okay. Why? Well, why the fuck are there? Why is that? Whatever. You know, if there are characters that I was not wondering about, there they are. Okay. 27% of hunters have collapsed there, and I can have this. Thanks. I gotta chase down this big chicken. There he is. Well, there was collateral damage. Uh-huh. I know, you're staring real intently at that rock, but we got things we gotta do here, man. Okay. Sure. I guess it just decided then and there it needed to start pecking. It knew what I was going for. Uh-huh. Really? Okay. It's strange that it oriented me that way. Fine. I'll try again. Is that better for you, game? Yeah, I was about to say, I think he's probably gearing up for a transition soon. Well, we'll sharpen our stuff. We'll go after him. Hooray. Okay. But yeah, then we see the direction that the franchise went, and 7, and alright. And then we had the remakes, which are, again, in my opinion, superior to the originals in every way. I played 2, I played 3, I played 1, I played 0 against my better fucking judgment. Because, again, we're introducing a character we're never gonna fucking see again. And just sort of generally fucking about in circles when it comes to games like that. Just show me something that matters or shut up. What was that shadow? It must have been the Rathalos. Bad spot to stand. Never mind, I'm soaked in it anyway. There we go. We'll charge this. We'll bring everyone over here. And I'll drink this. There's nothing we can do for the Jagras. I wish the game would let me, but it just won't. Come on, man. Don't be like that. There. This didn't have to happen, remember. Okay then. Let's load this, charge that, and get on our way. He's not up though. Like, no, he's just over there. We can just walk straight, game. We don't need to take that. And where's... Oh, that's right, I haven't been to camp yet. It dropped me off in the fun zone instead. Oh yeah, back on 6. There's 3 fucking storylines, and I think that was a mistake. I don't... Like, it's again, knowing what it is that you're making and kind of working within the bounds of it is where it is that I think that they really fall apart with the entire series. You don't have 3 storylines worth of shit to say. It's Resident Evil. As a company, you've never mastered what's at the core of this kind of horror, and like I'm not looking out at Raccoon City and going, my god, these people, if only there was a way to stop this, if only there was a way to help them, but there isn't. And now I have to do something that I know is wrong, that I know that there is a human being present there, but that I can't help any other way. We don't have that. It's fucking... just absolute crap video game times. That's what it is and what it always has been. Even with the new remakes. They opt for this kind of daytime TV style of drama. Where there's fucking poetic irony and people giving heroic last speeches and blah 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 blah. But there's no point in time where the tragedy is real or personal. It's just... It's a very, very simple franchise focused on very, very simple things. And that's fine to a certain degree. But we also have to stop pretending that it ain't that. I thought people were saying President Evil and still want to play that game. You do briefly in the beginning of Resident Evil 6. Leon shoots the president. Because he's a zombus now. Oh no. Anyway, I would want FromSoft to do that because they did Metal Wolf Chaos, which was an absolute fucking joy. So if we could get a game where the president has to stop a plague of the living dead, but he has to do it with sweet power armor, as Metal Wolf Chaos 2. That would be ideal. Thank you, FromSoft. Come here. Uh-huh. Because the only way to fucking consider any of this at this point is as a joke. Like, it doesn't track any other way. For every one person that says, well, but The Walking Dead is good, I can say, sure, for, like, maybe a season. And then after that, it's like, why? The moment that your horror becomes formulaic, you've failed. It's no longer horror. It's maybe a drama with horror elements, which is fine on its own, I guess, if that's what you're looking to do. But it's not something I'm going to clap for you over. Alright, he's off and running. Also for President Evil, by FromSoft. Let's not ever get into the explanation as to why the dead are rising. Just that they do. And there you go. You know what it is that you're here to do, and it's effectively like a Dynasty Warriors or any other Muso game. Is that what they're called? I forget. My head is full of jargon from a number of genres, and it's all run together. But anyway, one of the Warriors titles, where you're mulching crowds and trying to do so as efficiently as possible. That's the game. There you go. I think I also may have just described that one PSP one. Was it just Infected? I forget, but very, very similar in setup. Or, you know, maybe Dead Rising if it was fun anymore. Finding the red and green herbs and making usable medicine by combining them makes about as much sense as getting a super mushroom out of a question mark block. Yeah, it does. And I don't care that you made them into, like, handy little pills. It's video game logic, and just... If what you're doing is video game logic, that's fine. Do video game logic. If you want me to take you seriously, you're going to have to do something else. And there's only so much suspension of disbelief that is on the audience to perform. You, the creator, the one making things, has to give me a reason to want to. I have never really been able to find that within Resident Evil as a series. Never wanted to. Always just went, but no. You gotta be getting close, man. Right? Like, yeah, there we go. I think it's finally acknowledged that it is, in fact, low on health. No, I don't want to pick that up over and over again. I want the other thing that I'm much closer to. Thank you. Context-sensitive things. Alright. Let's get this sharp and then go after him. I gotta crawl under here. I gotta disturb the bats. Sorry, bats. Yeah, anyway, but of course what I'm getting at when I say you have to give me a reason to suspend my disbelief is that it's not simply that Resident Evil operates on video game logic that makes me dismiss it. That's fine, but you don't have anything compelling surrounding that. It's just video game logic. These characters aren't anything. They're paper thin. The stakes are too stupid. We're talking about, like, a series that escalated from a mansion to a city. Okay, a natural path there. I would have maybe done, say, a village first. But, so mansion to city to the world is at risk. As if literally anyone would look at what happened in the Raccoon City incident and say, I would like to buy 10 cases of that, please. Like, it's a weapon that you can't turn off. Nobody fucking wants that. That's insanity. There's no organization that would want that. I mean, even an atom bomb goes off once, and then that area is fucked. But it doesn't become a pandemic of hungry assholes that fucks up the planet, you know? That's not... That ain't how it do. So even in, like, the main crux of their plot, it's... I don't have a reason to say, oh no, the world, I have to save it. I'm just left going, who the fuck would buy this? You haven't presented a compelling reason that someone would want this in their employ. And as was mentioned, the characters I don't really find particularly fun to be around. If you can describe Leon Kennedy to me without mentioning his appearance or his profession, I would be impressed. Like, I wouldn't be able to guess who that is. That's a bunch of characters. He's a rookie cop with a heart of gold who believes in helping people, maybe? Cool. So from what is this guy? He's from where again? Whereas if I were to say, well, okay, so here's the story of a young boy who is not really sure where it is that he fits in the world. He's born different. And, well, he's never really had a home to speak of, nothing permanent anyway. He's kind of drifted to spot, from spot to spot, and is somewhat frightful in his presence. He's for all intents and purposes, maybe one of a kind. And over his journey, he discovers that he's not so much born as he is made. And he's made for one very specific thing, and it's for killing stuff. And that's not really something that's ever really, like, jived with him. He's not a murderer. He has the potential, but not the will to do it. And this knowledge of what it is that he happens to be for weighs pretty heavily on him, as does the idea that, like, by the time that he finds anyone like him, he's aware of the concept of death, and he has to bring this to people that have a very rudimentary and mechanical misunderstanding of what it means. That Jagras is in love with me. Yeah. He's our tail raider. He's hanging out. Provided that I do a good job of describing who I just described, you might be able to guess who it is. It's a character that a lot of people hold pretty near and dear, and I didn't have to mention what he looked like or what it is that he does as a profession. I just had to tell you about him.
Let's head out to the Hoarfrost Reach and try to pick up those Legiana's trail.
In more, I guess, brief descriptors. Sweet kid. Might be a robot. Kinda, not really. Knows what death is. Helps his friends figure that one out.
Have something to meld,
Let's see here. For example, say a lady of relatively noble birth. She's not real high up on the chain, but she ain't exactly at the bottom. We're talking like wealthy landowning class. As it tends to start, is in love with this guy, right? And this guy's just the greatest. Apple of her eye, thinks the world of him. They encounter some stuff in the way that they go about their lives, because again, we're not mentioning their profession, we're deliberately avoiding it. And for a while, she thinks he's dead. She doesn't have much of a purpose in the world, falls in with some questionable people, finds out that he's alive, and at their reunion, something that should be a tearful homecoming, he doesn't know who she is. He doesn't know who he is. And so the onus is then on her to decide whether or not this new person is not just who it is that she had previously left behind and mourned, but if she can get to know and help him. And maybe discover traces of who it is that she well and truly lost a long time ago. You might be able to guess who it is that I'm talking about. Here's a hint, both of them are from the same fucking game. I can't do that with the Resident Evil series.
Hello there.
Am I describing Cloud? Yeah, I'm describing fucking Cloud. No, I didn't say a pants-on-head idiot who's trying to fucking pretend to be an anime hero while, you know, he's just basically cribbing some other dude's life. That's Cloud. He didn't lose his memory, he was lying. No, I'm not going to say it out loud. The fun is in the guessing. The witch is like, just say it out loud. No. You're sharp. You're smart people. You're okay, she's saying it in chat now.
Why, you're bleeding marvelous.
Okay. I don't think I'm that great, but thank you. No, we don't really have anything to throw in your tank, so you're just gonna have to build up them natural reserves before I do this again. The witch does have it right. But yeah, like if you were to ask me to describe Sherry Birkin, I'd be like the blonde kid, you know, the little girl that's like the scientist's daughter. She's there, I guess. The end. It was Pac-Man, but from the New Adventures on Genesis SNES. You got it. It's Pac-Man from Pac-Man 2, everybody. The one that's an adventure game. That's the one. Actually, you're both wrong, and who I was describing is, in fact, Mr. Saturn. From popular internet thing, Earthbound. The one where you basically bully him with a slingshot to do your bidding. Yes, that's the one. That is absolutely 100% the one. Do I have anything else that I want to build? No, we just got Kutku stuff, so eh. We'll get back in there, we'll do other things. To be fair, I could apply the same criticism to this game, but Monster Hunter isn't pretending to be about stuff. It has some hand-fisted, like, hey, environmental stuff. That's pretty cool, you should think about it. But largely it stays out of my way as far as narrative is concerned. It has very, very loose narrative framing. So that's acceptable. You can get away with not having things be too terribly descript with loose narrative framing, but for something that is narratively focused, if I can't describe one of your central players outside of they're blonde and female, that's all I got for you. You may have fucked up. You might be bad at what you're doing. Yeah, Monster Hunter is about hunting monsters, yes. And in this one also about researching them, but mostly you're still hunting them, yeah. Like, it's... and that's fine. It can be that way. Upgrades the harvest box. You fucking bet. I want to be able to cram so much stuff in that harvest box. I'm gonna go fucking crazy cramming things in that harvest box. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind just shoving shit in there. It's gonna be frightening. I'm gonna be scared of myself and for everyone around me. Likewise, Mega Man. Not a deep narrative. Oh god, the Robot Masters. They're gonna do a world thing. That Dr. Wily sure is a fuckman. Better shoot him with your arm gun. there you have it. That's Mega Man. The X series gets goofier, but at the very least you can continue to ignore the narrative and just play a pretty tightly put together game. And the Mega Man X series also runs into the same problem. I can't really describe, say, Zero without naming him or describing a number of other creatures across many things. Like, check this out. So they are kind of a maniacal bad guy turned good guy, but they're still just like a little bit shady. And instead of favoring something that's impersonal, a lot of their stuff is sort of close combat related. There's supposed to be an air of unpredictability or wildness about them, but it doesn't necessarily come through. Mostly they're just aloof and disinterested in what's going on around them, but really deep down they care about their teammates. Who am I describing? We don't need every game to tell some grand narrative. Yeah, some of them can just be a game, absolutely. If someone played Monopoly with someone else and then tried to add a story to that game, you'd punch them in the throat and go play anything else. I'd punch them in the throat and go play anything else the moment that they said, let's play Monopoly. We're not playing Monopoly. If you just want to fight, let's just fight. That's fine. I don't need the pretext. We can just do it. But yeah, some things are perfectly fine left as just games. But if you've already kind of put all your eggs in that narrative experience basket, Resident Evil, you better fucking produce. And they haven't. What other games are kind of like that these days? There'll be a whole thing about it, because we will be doing them, but Doom Eternal pulls that in reverse, in that it doesn't tell you that it's narrative focused, but then they heap all this narrative in the way of all of my fucking skull cracking, and I actively resent that. I don't care about the Doom guy's tragic anime backstory. Just shut the fuck up and let me pull their limbs out of their sockets, please. That's what I came here for. I'm trying to think of more narrative-focused things. Well, I mean, fucking Final Fantasy VII springs to mind. Final Fantasy VII's cast is fucking forgettable. I don't care that for a lot of people it was the first boner they had for an RPG person. But, like, who are those people? And I think the remake is missing an opportunity to add gravity to what is otherwise just a real goofball time. I would have leaned real hard on Barrett as a character. Similarly to another unfortunate casting that relegated them to black sidekick who say a funny thing. Barrett has actual skin in the game, and he would be a wonderful position to re-explore that narrative from. Like, this is a dude that cares about some shit if we're going to take his concept at face value. So let's really, really lean on that. You know, so, like, for example, the elevator scene with Cloud playing way too cool for caring about the world. I would want that toned down and quiet, and more importantly, quietly angry, with a whole lot less drama in Barrett's speech. Just have him explaining that, like, hey, here's what it is that we've noticed after these reactors went live, and here's what it is that we can see in what's coming up, and you know, this is... It affects everybody. It is your problem. So when Cloud says, well, I'm just here for the money, and Barrett stares at him from just behind his sunglasses, no real movement otherwise, no betrayal of expression, and says, the planet's dying, Cloud. Then that scene means something. But, you know, if you do that, then nerds don't think that, whatever the fuck it is their favorite happens to be that week is super cool, and they don't like being admonished, and I'm sure one of them would jump at the chance to say, well, get your politics out of my game.
It's got a grip on you.
Yeah, I know.
Tap or roll to shake it off.
Well, I'm trying to. It just ain't happening, you know? We have to kind of mash all of them at once, and eventually it'll decide to let us go. But yeah, in a game where the whole fucking narrative crux is centered around environmental concerns and the harvesting of energy being directly harmful to the world, there would always be some chud that would walk up and say, well, there's no reason to get political. And that's why it is that we can't have that. That and, you know, taking the emotional center of a story that is based around a pretty white boy and centering it on someone who actually has a personal investment in what's happening around them is just, it's unconscionable. You can't do that shit. By the way, the other character that I was referring to that got this kind of treatment, this shabby fucking treatment, would be Saz. Of much maligned Final Fantasy XIII. Actual skin in the game should have been the narrative center. Real stakes. Some fucking machine god gave his infant, well, not infant, but like toddler son, you know, a divine mission. And he did it, apparently, and got turned into a fucking rock. Shit. And if he didn't do it, which, again, they don't tell you what your divine mission happens to be. If you didn't perform it, then he would have become a monster, and his dad would have had to have killed him. So... That's a problem. Hey, we have ourselves a story. We didn't do that. We instead palled around with fucking unbuttered toast in male and female flavors. And had to pay lip service for some reason to moms. To be like, moms are tough. And there's a whole bunch of fat 40-year-old shitbags that are like, hell yeah, we are. Okay, calm the fuck down. And this is coming from someone with a mother who I would say was tough, physically, mentally. She was also a terrible person, so... yeah, there's that. That entire subplot was kind of baffling to me. I blame you, beach bum looking Chad Kroger ass guy, for this other group of people who was going to ship me out to die, blowing up a bridge, and my mom fell off the bridge. That's your fault. It is some extremely confused commutative math there. All the same, the witch liked Final Fantasy XIII. She enjoyed it. Did you play it through to finish? Okay. She didn't finish it, so there you have that. But there were things about it that she liked. I think at one point in time you even tried to play the second one, 13-2. Yeah, and I could not be bothered to pay attention to that. Of course they got worse. It's because no one told them no when they did it bad the first time. That's what happens. If you don't tell them no and slap their hand, they're just going to do it again, but worse. And it's going to get progressively worse each time. Uh-huh. The Wolgs are still unhappy with us. We're not interested in them. We're still after Butterbur. There we go. Here's hoping the fucking goat's in a good mood today. That'd be nice. I am. The witch is asking if I'm ready for my birthday dinner. Yeah. Sounds good. She's got a thing that she's well, it's not really planned for the day, but it was just planned in general, and it still sounds delicious to me. But yeah, I didn't mention this earlier because I didn't think it was important, but yes, it is my birthday, and I didn't write a song about it. To rehash a jab I made in our shared Discord. I'm sorry, what was that? Was that don't invalidate people's feelings? Okay, I'm just making sure I heard you correctly. Here's the thing. If you are feeling any kind of dread about aging, you've been doing the aging thing every single fucking second up till this point. It never stopped, and there is nothing to any kind of milestone that we didn't make up. So, I'm not invalidating your feelings, I'm telling you to put them in perspective, and maybe think before you open your mouth. Not you. Relax. Her jaw dropped to the fucking floor. You're good. You're good. You're fine. You're already over 30 anyway. Clearly, I'm not talking to you. I'm also not talking to a friend of ours who was going like, man, I felt that song. No, I'm talking to the rich white dude that wrote the song, and will never see this or respond to it in any way, shape, or form, as is what his position affords him. And I don't even like the Burnham in question, or I dislike rather. I like a whole lot of his stuff, but the song about turning 30 was fucking ridiculous, and it probably would have if I had any say in the matter, which I didn't. And I'm sure many people are happy for, Burnham included. It would have ended up on the fucking cutting room floor. Fuck that shit. You're being such a baby back bitch about something that's as simple as the passage of time that it doesn't need to be voiced. I'm saying Orlog is old, messed up. No. No, I'm saying she's ancient. Timeless, if you will. As gnarled and winding as the roots of the Yggdrasil? Okay. That one got a nod. I think she's still, like, suffering aftershocks from thinking that that was directed at her. She's just over there coping. You're fine. You're good. You're good. That was absolutely not directed at you. Anyway, there's further evidence as to why it is that I should probably be left alone in my little corners here, and anyone watching anything that I'm doing in the future should not ask to join. I'm not a friendly and personable individual. So we just did the Butterbur thing. That was for a bigger harvest box. I'm doing alright. I want to see how big it is. Whip it out. Pretty big. Pretty big. More soft soil. But yeah, particularly American society puts all of this emphasis and pomp and circumstance around being 30, and no, that doesn't matter. It's basically fake. And you should feel bad for buying into it. When I turned 30, I went to bed. Well, no, I didn't go to bed at 29. I'm sure I was up still. But time passed, and then I was 30, and it didn't matter. The same thing happened, how many hours ago at this point? Closing in on 24 hours, about 22 hours ago. When I turned 34, and it still didn't matter. We haven't seen the Parrot in a bit, huh? We're gonna go see him again. Ugh. Oh. Convenient. Yeah, I don't really have to try too hard to track him, do I? He's right fucking there. Give me more. Down we go. Grab these for research. Pardon me. I know you whirled around like you were gonna do something about it, but then you didn't. Let's go get the locals involved. Come to me, friends. Honestly, if you think you fully developed as a person in your 20s, or your 30s, 40s, etc., then you're kidding yourself. Yeah. 100% true. We are all works in progress, and if you've stopped working at any point in time, that's your failure as a person. I am not at all the same individual that I was 10 years ago. We went over this in one of my monologues that I still don't know if they're well received or not. But well, the witch says, who cares? It's not a matter of seeking approval. I want a perspective outside of mine. It's a matter of curiosity. I want to learn how it's received, to see whether or not what I intend them to be is coming across, or if I have to make adjustments. You know what I mean? It's about not saying, hey, who's clapping and who isn't, because I'm deathly afraid that I won't get your approval. And more that I'm looking to improve in any way that I can and that I deem necessary. And I can't do that without outside perspectives. I can make strides, but there will always be things that I miss because I'm simply too close to the source. Does that make sense? Or am I talking crazy? Your life doesn't end at 30, it simply continues. Yeah, I mean, for some people it ends at 30, but those are extenuating circumstances. Mossy mud clump. Oh. You can also wash mud, huh? Okay. Great. I had apparently never bothered to pick one of those up. I guess that would be handy if I were at all worried about the mud that he's got on him, but I'm super not. I would like him to turn the fuck around. Hey. That's not even close to where that was pointed. There we go. Took fucking 3 of them, but we got there. Yeehaw. Yep. course, we'd be more concerned about this mud if we weren't carrying a water weapon, which we're well aware washes that stuff right the fuck off him. But yeah, on improving what it is that you're doing. I don't recall ever picking up a hobby that I didn't want to be at least decent at. If you're not looking to just, like, do something that at least you're satisfied with, why do it? And I don't think it's a secret that I'm not entirely satisfied with what it is that I'm able to put out there right now. I would like to do better. I would like the image to be clearer. I would like my pauses to be less present, and maybe we could even attempt a joke that lands now and again. No promises on that, but it's gonna take a whole lot of R&D to make me funny. There we go. So I don't think it's a strange thing to seek feedback. What I think is strange is that so few people are willing to give it in any way that is, like, meaningful or actionable. I've encountered this with submitting assignments for college, and this is not just for student review, which is horseshit to begin with, but from actual professors where I've attempted to garner feedback and just gotten basically nothing. No statements. You little bastard. It was you, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Uh-huh. How many more of those you got? Could you fucking stop? Alright. Hooray for me, I'm up. But yeah, professors who would say that, well, this particular sentence isn't one that I agreed with, and I'd say, okay, fine, well, how would you like me to structure it? And what is the meaning that you carried away from it? That you don't think that I intended, or that you would prefer to be expressed at this point in time in the narrative or essay, whatever class I happen to be doing at that time. And I wouldn't hear back from them. If I were to post a story to... So, role-playing within the massively multiplayer genre is some real nerd shit, I know. But I am a real true nerd. I wear glasses and I like physics and everything. Despite my profession of drive big truck. Yeah, in the USA, of course. Of course in the USA. Of course. Come on. Where else is there to even drive big truck? No, they don't have those up there. They're too socialist, asshole. That's how that works. When socialism shows up, they're gonna take all your trucks, they're gonna shrink them. Anyway. So, like, I have tried several times to get into what I understand to be collaborative storytelling. Some of you, if you, for some weird-ass reason, happen upon this, will recognize the name. It's been the same one for quite some time. But, like, you either get silence, exclusion, politely ignored, or someone saying that you're, quote, very brave for posting anything. And, okay, that's not A, true, or B, something that helps me get better at this. So like, cool. Could you save that for somebody else, like, who fucking needs it? It ain't me, and I can't even fathom what that person would be like, but, you ain't found them. And I would rather you say literally nothing than figuratively nothing, I guess, or even labor under the mistaken assumption that you have, in fact, made a statement. You didn't. Kind of like the Catterskill seems to have fucked off, as is the correct course of action for anything involving this stream or anything I make. But he has a story of meeting this old woman at one of the horseshit old malls that we had in our horseshit old mountain town. And she had walked up and just kind of made a noise, and then smiled as if she felt that she had communicated something, but she super duper fucking hadn't. And that's a story that has stuck with me. I think about it every time that I receive basically faux feedback on whatever it is that I'm doing. Of course, to be completely fair, I haven't even bothered to attempt any kind of online role-playing within a massively multiplayer game or within a shared Discord window with like a dice system behind it. You know, that remote tabletop shit. In quite some time. So maybe it's better now. It probably isn't. And frankly, I wouldn't trust you if you told me it was better. It would be one of those things that is unmistakably a polite dismissal of, well, I'm glad that's how you found it to be. Come on. Okay, cool. I'm too far away. Well, it's just as well. I don't have the thing on. Now. We also haven't been able to, like, actually bowl him over, have we? It ain't for lack of trying. There we go. Stay there. Well, we've definitely done damage to it, but I don't know that we've quite cracked the crown yet. There we go. I have a hot take. Ooh, where? I don't know. We're in the middle of the witch's hot take. I'm sitting here just at fucking undivided attention. I gotta hear this. Okay. Fair. She says that role-playing hasn't gotten worse, I'm just less tolerant. Potentially. I don't think it's gotten worse. I don't really understand who's in it for what reasons at this point, you know? Yeah, a lot of them do seem to be in it for some kind of dating sim, which I don't quite understand. If it suits the story, fine, but it has to suit the story. It can't just be a meet and fuck. There must be some kind of narrative gravity or investment within that. Oh, you're talking what now? Oh, actually getting a relationship within a role-playing community. I mean, so, look, you can meet people anywhere, right? We're not gonna, especially you and me, we're not gonna fucking throw shade at that. But there does seem to be a strangely high preponderance of people, like, shopping for a significant other. And I'm not super certain why, but It be like that. I hope they find what they're looking for. And I mean that sincerely. I just don't know that they're looking in a place that makes sense. Not even that it's the wrong place, I just don't think it makes sense. You know what, I'm gonna load these storm pods in here because I don't really care for them. Well, are you running or are you staying? Which one is it? You gotta pick one. Okay, he's running. After trying to have it both ways for entirely too long. There we go. Get that fast reload. As we're waiting for just a little bit more health on our guest here. We want to be sure that we get that experience. It's part of it. Oh, I even forgot to select my target. We've just been kind of sticking to him, you know? Munch this right through my filter. It's fine, just cram it in there real hard. There we go. Alright. See where he got to. Excuse me, sir. We have unfinished business. I can't leave without killing you. Give this a whack, too. Everything that we can get our hands on. You're good, pal. He may be demanding dinner. It's true, pal. You'll get your share, trust me, you will. We haven't shorted you on it yet. You're fine. Sure. Are you sleepy? Okay. It's sleep time, that's what his deal is. There we are. There we go. Good night, Pie. Yeah. Good night, Pie. Oh, never mind, he's caught in a fucking shock trap. Good timing on that. Sure, that'll do. I'm sure. No paralysis, though. What were we rebounding off of? Missed. And back over here we go. Oh, where are we at? Yeah, we'll use that instead of any of our perishable resources. There we go. It's a little bit of time, but we got time to spare. Our clock up there tells us so. No? Alright. Just not having it, huh? Yeah, I know. Now you're way over there. which has got to be cool for you. Now experience new parts of the spot. Yeah. He kind of keeps moving his head. And instead of taking that hit, the game moved me to the side. I'm not sure why. Should have been a sure whack. Wasn't. Okay. Hey guy. Come here. Come here though. Buddy. No mount. Oh, we rung his bell a little bit. But not a second time, huh? No dice and getting a dodge in. Just too much posing. Gotta pose. Oh, speaking of not bothering to use our perishables, just use some of that dust of life that we got off that Wyverian. Uh-huh. I'm in the poop. I'm out of the poop. Nay. Okay. I tried. He's really putting up with, you know, a struggle here at the end, isn't he? Gotta applaud him for that. Ugh, there we go. I don't think we broke the crown. We tried, but it just wasn't happening. Maybe later. We got a fucking jewel. We got 3 chines in a row. Pockets full of chines. Yeah, may as well just do this to kill time, right? Not really much around here to gather. Kinda empty as far as a critter pit is concerned. And we just wait. I wonder if it's ever going to drop me off at camp again. Both of our monster things, like our actual monster hunts, have been... I'm gonna just throw you over here. Okay, cool. Look at all the stuff. Screamer sacks. What'd you give me? Another earplug jewel. Maybe useful in the future. We'll find out. Almost completely mastered the Barroth. Good shit, good shit. We're getting real close to being able to move on to Doot, and then... I don't know, we'll pick our favorite out of the feline tools.
Let's head out to the Hoarfrost Reach and try to
We did a bounty.
Trail.
Ah.
Nothing will stop us.
She's still real hyped up. We got a sizzling spice ticket. And we know we gotta do this. Look at all that research. Cat stacking wood.
Have something to meld, hmm?
Actually, no, not yet, do we? We can scoot over here and see about some tickets. Give me that.
Bleeding marvelous.
Okay. Add fuel. Yeah, because we got some of these. That's pretty good. We got 7 of those. That's pretty good. We have 42 dream cores. We have a bunch of earth crystals. We had a bunch more iron. So, I don't know, like and that should do it. There we go. I'm holding space. Behold. I really just want the tickets for the fucking stones, man. Oh, and that's why it is I have so many trank bombs. Okay. Let's go, and I don't remember making all of those.
Can't win them all.
There we go. Just as many of those steel tickets as you can fucking get me. Still wish I could just skip this. Anyway, how's your time been, Lost Things? I'm gonna have to check the audio on this. Hopefully the fucking compressor has kept my volume relatively reasonable, because I know when I get interested about a subject, I'll just unconsciously start shouting because it is the language of my native land. So hopefully the normalizes it all right and it's listenable. Which says it seems fine. So if she's wrong, then you can direct all of that directly to her. You be like, why would you lie to me? You've betrayed us. We always knew that you were a serpent in the grass. Those sorts of things.
Steam's starting to build up.
It's building.
Can't win them all.
It's true, I haven't won one this whole time, I don't think. I haven't really been paying attention.
Singing today, ready to make this happen.
I mean, I would love to have made it happen. There just isn't a way for me to make anything happen here. Oh yeah, there's you know, fucking boy, we're really just in it, huh? Feels like it takes forever to complete. I just... This has got to really be thrilling for someone who is very much into gambling, but it's not me. Well, it's got 7 more things, so if it don't complete soon... we'll just run out of power. Yeah, not enough fuel. Hooray for us. No big finish. Oh, we could add fuel and fucking just finish it off, I guess. What do we have an enormous amount of? You got like 50 of that, sure. We're keeping those because we're actively crafting with them. Get like 20 of those, sure. You get like 10 of those, sure. Alright. Finish up the rolls here.
Couldn't quite catch the wave, eh?
We did it. Oh, Orlog's games are ready to play. I don't remember turning the Steam overlay back on. But I guess it did at some point. I can't. I was gonna try to watch it.
Alright, off we go.
We got a Rathian mask that we can hold. We can hang up in our room, I believe. No, we're not going to do that again, thank you. Wow. Oh yeah, must have been during an update. Because what the fuck do I use the Steam overlay for anyway? Let's see. I instinctively ran over here. This is not the place to go. We can check out what Barroth stuff we can make, but it's not where we're going. Hey.
Something to meld.
Yeah, I do. I have these. Only 9 of them this time. Would really prefer just as many of those as I can get. Take them all. Well, that's the 3rd resistor, so we no longer need any more of those. What else you got for me? Another brace. Oh, magazine jewel. Great. That'll be handy for some of the stuff that we're trying to do. And we have just the one of these. Just one. We'll take it. And hopefully in the future, be allowed to meld for other things. I'm really not sure why I can't just have an antidote gem, but here we are. Alright. Optionals. Most of our hunters are refusing to hunt it because they think Dodogama are cute. I mean, they kinda are. But, I mean, I'll go get them. It's fine. Boy, another one of those, huh? And we could try to collar a fish. We'll deal with that in a bit. I think what I would rather do is start plotting out this, that, and the other thing, and then probably do one more. I know I think I promised a longer one today, but I want to eat steaks with the witch. You know? Listen, Lost Things. I like you guys just fine. Okay? You know that. You know that you're welcome to walk with me. Basically whenever. If she said it would make her happy, I'd sell every last one of you to Satan. Alright? I want you to understand your position. I don't want it to be a surprise if it comes to that. And we are talking like not even just overtly joyous. We're not talking jubilant. We're talking like vague and distant satisfaction. Even just a little bit, a smirk, a smile, a slight twinkle, but no other expression. And like that's it. Then you all burn. It's fine. Wouldn't even think about it. Not a corn chip, but if you wanted that corn chip, yeah. If you were to walk in and say, sell every last one of the lost things that you've met to Satan so that I can get a corn chip, I'd be like, yeah, you fucking got it. I don't even need to think about this. It's completely fine. There should be another water tree here that I can't seem to find. Maybe this one doesn't get the thing that I'm thinking of. Maybe we'll have to reshuffle some shit. Deep terroir. Terroir? Okay. Like, it's supposed to be terror, right? But, like, that O-I-R would be like war. So that is extremely hard for me to pronounce. Because my mouth will just grab that R and be like... It's fucking... It's a mess in there, so... We're gonna have to straighten that out. Capcom, get on it. Get on that. Do it. Does this get it? This might. We'll see. Okay. So one more. Let's try to fuck up a Giratodus in order to at least upgrade this to that rank of things. And see where it is that we wind up. Is it worth it though? Because if it's just gonna get replaced and it's only gonna make it to like step 1 rarity 10. Now I'm conflicted. What are my options for hot poking here? Not super interesting. Oh, no, we're just down here. Okay. Never mind, I found it. We good. Or is that... That might also be a problem. We'll figure it out. Oh, this also comes in anime now. You see, it's got like a veil from anime, and it's got the anime bits. Fuck that noise. It is technically, I think, the better of them because it has better slots. Yeah, these have much worse slots. But I think this is the best looking. I could do with just something a little bit more red, something closer to a polished copper on those fittings, but still better looking. Okay, so let's just pick one and do that, and then we'll be good to go. What's looking appetizing? Oh, no, never mind. I know exactly which one. Let's have a look here, because we have to in order to deal with the effluvium. We gotta get that stink. Water, good news. Master rank, optional. There we go. Grinding my gyros. Now we can probably put away some stuff too. Yeah, like that. And like that. And that. And that. And those. Okay. Yeah, sick nasty. Let's go. Bit there. And to the skies. Oh, it's raining. Neat. I'd rather scatter nuts. We'll go get the locals involved. And then we'll get ourselves an anti-stink belt. It's music nerds. As well as just some points. We'll at least attempt to get ourselves an anti-stink belt. We'll get on the road to being stink-free. I have anti-paralysis decorations that I could have brought for this, but I didn't think about it. That's my fault. I deserve this. Everyone laugh. It is I who has been the fool. Okay. Nah. There we go. We got that loaded. This guy just kind of keeps doing that one spin move, huh? Sweet. I'll be with you in a sec. Ow. Alright, now is good too. I'm good with now. Go ahead and get that. Slurp that up. Cool. Cool again. Let's also set this down if we're going to be doing this. And alright. Scooch. Yeah, in these confined spaces. Oh, you didn't even actually hit me, so I'm not free yet. Oh, good. And I was re-paralyzed after being paralyzed initially. Can I play the game now? Thank you. Alright. God, it just... it's trying very hard to get them cheap feints. It's just that our fucking defensive potential is already kind of too much for it. We set up stuff in order to make sure that we don't wind up dead from things like that. Because, you know, that's not fun for me. So I've got the tools and stuff necessary to fight this little attrition, but boy, yeah, it was fruitless, wasn't it, asshole? Okay, sure. Now I'm down here. All right, gents, if you insist. Yeah. You insisted. Good call. I'd probably run away after that too. Oh, for real? Because I'm certain that I'm also going to need pieces of them. So, like, that works out just fine. I'm good with it. It's whatever. There you go. And then we'll go and deal with his friend. Yeah, we're gonna need to keep that handy too, I see. Yeah, we're still in the stink right here, so allow me to do the following. Oh, did I run off without grabbing the stuff? Because I think we landed at camp this time. Yeah, I ran off without it. Oh, that's me. Oh well. What's good, you stupid sack of shit? Ah, man. covered in the goo, and then lightly nudged. From, oh, I guess from his mouth, it was slightly ajar. And therefore, he really fucked me up on that spin. Shit sucks, man. There. Have a broken face about it. Let's see if we can actually snap one of those fangs. No? Alright. Well, we got bits. Plenty of bits. Alright. And alright. Okay. Sure. Some strange angles there, and I remember specifically needing the tail previously, so that's what it is I'm trying for. It looks like we got his 4 legs. Thanks, cat. An anti-daze. That'd be nice. There we go. That ought to be the tooth. Progress. A little bit at a time. Now. That's not even the part of his body that actually hits you there. Oh, excellent. You know what? Here. Fucking suck on that for a little bit. Just give me a fucking second here, would you? Peace. Okay then. There we go. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll try to walk up out of some of the stink for a moment or two. And it looks like our boy is just up here. Good for him. There we are. And we should start getting flinches, yeah, soon. Yeah. No dice on getting by that tail, huh? Okay. Oh! That's all very interesting. got stink. Hang on, let me fucking get this off of me. You eat a berry, it falls right off, it's fine. There we go. Let's see if he'll come up here. I don't think he will. So it's an alright spot for us to hang out for a second or two. Our performer is deciding that they desperately do not need to get healed. Under any circumstance. Oh, he was coming up. Look at you. Feeling adventurous. No dice there. This may wind up being another one where we just don't get the tail. Oh, never mind. Now I'm the asshole. Uh-huh. You get right in on that, man. I was hoping to get the spike in. Ow. Yeah, still no go. There we are. I don't... Okay, there it is. It's way in the fucking underside, but that's fine. Yeah, to the side. Thank you. Whoa. I guess that's how offensive guard works. We managed to block at just the right time. And of course we know fucking Smiley back there is not happy. Where's he going? Yeah, this is a weird spot for you. You don't usually hang out up here. I guess today is a new day. No, down. Okay. That's twice now this playthrough. This mission particularly, where it's just kind of gone, I don't know. I don't know that you really want to get down. Excellent. Double sleep darted. Super cool, thank you. Uh-huh. I would like to resume playing the game, thank you. Once again, really concerned with running the clock, aren't you? You're not going to be able to stall long enough. It just won't happen. You don't have that kind of time left. Alright. Dude, give it up. Like, just for every second that it's worth, huh? Weird orientation there. And away he goes. Cool beans. Well, let me do this. We should be almost done. Fuck off, Bone Zone. Is that necessary? I'm trying to do something here. Y'all deal with him. I'm not interested. just in caseies. So it looks like this fool is attempting to recover health by eating, and I'm not into it. Let's get that one on there, it's easier to get at. Well, we've caused a lot of explosions. Off he goes to run home. But we know he's not getting anywhere fast. We gotta be almost there. Let's see if we can get just a quick sharpening. We did. Look at us go. Leave that band geek alone. We only get to hurt each other, that's how it works. Otherwise, an attack on one is an attack on all. There you go. Really felt like he hung in there, huh? The music nerd is safe. The omen fly is safe, which is good because they didn't do anything wrong. They're innocent in this. And we'll see what it is that we wind up with. Maybe we can craft our anti-stink lining, which is basically what it is. That would be super. I don't have a lot of faith that it won't make me do this more than once. It's clearly going to. But for the next time, we'll remember to equip our anti-paralysis stuff, which we actually do have. We just need 2 more antidote gems. Some stuff. 1 face stone. What you got? A big horn maestro skill. We don't play Doot. That's for the witch.
Let's head out to the Hoarfrost Reach and try to pick up those Legiana's trail.
Alright. What do we got here? Waste stuff. Would you look at that? Right on the nose. Save for the shards, but those are relatively common. Alright. There it is. We now no longer have to worry about stink. Let's sort this by equipped again. And let's see about squandering our fortune. What do you say? It now takes significantly more to upgrade these things, but we are in a new tier of stuff. This one gets the pro treatment because I know that I want to keep it for as long as possible. Eventually we'll get layered armor that looks like it, and I'll use that instead. This we know we're going to have to keep as long as possible. the only piece with the stuff that we need on it. These, I don't know. I don't know that they're worth the spheres just yet, but we'll get there. I feel bad about earlier. I can't believe the witch thought I was talking to her. I would never say things like that to her. And granted, you know, we're a long-time couple. We've had heated arguments, but never something so dismissive. At the very least, she seems to have gotten over it once, you know, it was super clear that... I'm just checking on them, making sure they're not up to anything. It was super clear that... No, of course not. Of course I wouldn't. We'll update that as we continue. What's up, Hops? Still a real lovely room. Oh, house, I should say. It's really not a room. This is a whole house. All right, let's go where we go. And okay, so progress. We're assembling things to continue to delve deeper into this. And that is going to be the cycle of it, you know. At this point, you should know. That's Monster Hunter. It's how you do it. And there will be other opportunities for other things opening up to us as our hunter rank continues to increase, which is cool. Maybe next time we'll also be able to have as lively a discussion as we had this time. That was nice, wasn't it? I appreciated it. It's always better to talk with someone than just have your own thoughts to voice. Well, I shouldn't say always. There's definitely benefits to the latter. Anyway, I will leave you to wander alone for a bit. See ya.